All right, here we go. This is with the VelocityAP ports on top, on the cover. 2 lines per side. On this side, I've got 2 lines running around underneath the crush bar. I've got a temp sensor on these. I'm watching water pressure, water temp, sorry. I've got 1 CWA100 right now before I had 2 of them. And the way that I have it looped is the pump, the side port on the pump comes out, goes into a T with a 3/4. 3/4 goes down into 5/8 and feeds the intercooler. Sorry for the hands being dirty. This side goes into, just for now, goes into a 3/4, goes into the temp sensor, and then goes into 5/8. So basically I've got a 3/4 from the pump, supplying from the pump, so coming out of the pump, going into basically 2 5/8 hoses, and that's the supply to the intercoolers in the engine. On the return, basically I've got the hoses coming, pairing together in here, so you can't really see it, but there's a T in there where you see that we're a hose clamp. This pipe basically comes together with this one, it tees and goes to the top. I'm feeding it to the top of the heat exchanger. I'm feeding the pumps with the bottom of the heat exchanger, and I know this is backwards from some of them, but I find this is much more easier to allow the pump to always be full, so it's primed with fluid just from gravity. If it was on the top, and the reservoir was, the heat exchanger was low in fluid, the pump wouldn't be able to get any fluid from this. So therefore, if the fluid was low, we can always guarantee that we're going to have supply from this hose feeding the pump, so the pump's never going to go dry. All right, so basically, again, you've got the feed from the pump, or the supply from the pump coming out, 5/8, 5/8, that goes right off to the intercooler. And then on the return, basically I've got the return from the intercooler to the return. So basically this is the driver's side, this is the passenger side. It goes into a T that's in there, goes up and feeds the top here. And then obviously this pipe here on the bottom goes right to the pump. It's a direct line going right to the top part of the pump, which is that rusted clamp on the top there. Sorry, I can't really get in there. There you go, that hose on the top of that rusted spring clamp, that's the hose coming from the bottom of the heat exchanger. So I hope this helps you guys figure out how I'm doing it right now with 1 pump.